diseases that no one has ever seen. Repetitive head trauma chokes the brain.
The NFL does not want to talk to you. You turned on the lights and gave their biggest boogeyman a name.
Scenes from the new motion picture starring Will Smith entitled Concussion. It follows Dr. Bennett Omalu and his work diagnosing CTE, a degenerative brain disease that sadly is very common among football players. Reports say that Sony Pictures worked heavily to prevent NFL backlash and rewrote the script several times to make the film less about condemning the NFL and more about telling a whistleblower's story. And as football season prepares to kick off, this film shines the spotlight on a major health problems. And fans as well as parents have to ask, are football organizations doing enough to help prevent brain injuries, not only at the professional level, but also among youth leagues, high schools, and the colleges? For more, let's bring in Nick Tate, Newsmax Deputy Health Editor and author of the book, Da Vinci's Baby Boomer Survival Guide. Nick, thanks for your time here on Newsmax Prime. And just how serious a problem are we talking about?
It's huge. We know from many studies by Boston University, University of Pennsylvania, and others that athletes who suffer through these sometimes hundreds or thousands of head hits, serious head hits, sometimes concussions, have depression, dementia, an increased risk and propensity to commit violence, suicide. We've seen it over and over again in the NFL. And finally, the NFL has kind of gotten the message, which is really the focus of this new film. And this Dr. Omalu, is really a hero to be credited with raising the awareness and holding the NFL accountable. And the NFL now is making some serious changes in the game. But the question that remains is, are we doing enough at the college level, at the high school level, and lower levels? For instance, there's about 1,700 NFL players. There's nearly 3 million kids, younger kids, who are playing college, high school, and younger football leagues, and I'm not sure that enough is being done at that lower level.
Just wanted to ask you about that, especially high school and college. Obviously, the numbers get fewer the higher you go, but still this has to be a problem. Have we heard anything out of the NCAA, anything out of state high school associations concerning this?
There are some efforts that have been made to make helmets safer and to increase safety, but there haven't been the big gains that we've seen in the NFL yet. I think that has yet to come. The estimates are that a typical player who plays high school and college football may sustain between 700 and 1,000 head hits between the time they start playing and the time they get to the NFL. And recent research by Wake Forest School of Medicine found that even a single high school football season can subject a player to enough brain injury that it causes lasting effects and abnormalities in the brain. So we really need to start young and really focus there. My opinion, and the opinion of many experts, is we're not yet doing enough in youth football.
Well, Nick, we'll have to keep monitoring this and bring you back to find out more, because I hear a whole lot of parents and grandparents watching this right now saying, we got to find out more.
And rightly so.
Yes, indeed. Nick Tate, we thank you very much. And you can learn how to survive the baby boomer financial crisis with the newly released book, Da Vinci's Baby Boomer Survival Guide. All you need to do is to go to the website, babyboomers711.com. That's babyboomers711.com. Now, the way you see it via social media. Our first comment comes from Steve, who writes in about the logic, or maybe the illogic, behind the Iran deal. Here's what he has to say. Obama's Iran deal will only bring about an arms race in the Middle East, a new Cold War, and eventually a global nuclear holocaust. Only fools like those in the current administration who have no concept of history think this deal makes sense. Next, it's Susie, talking about Democrat consultant Franco Ripple, who joined the discussion last night. Susie writes, please tell Franco Ripple he does not understand what is happening. Nobody wants Jeb. Trump is the only candidate with enough intestinal fortitude to take on and overpower the elite establishment Republicans. I'm a lifelong Republican, and I'm sick of them all. She means, of course, the elite establishment guys, not guys like yours truly. Thanks, Susie. Listen, if you want to comment on what we talk about here, go to newsmaxtv.com/comments. That'll do it for tonight. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.